Yeah.
Question, fellas. Your boy Drake dropped recently. Mr. Drake.
Ooh, I listen to everybody.
Now, I know you listen to everybody, but when we were pulling for Kendrick, boy, you were holding on for that Drake.
Nah, it was more on the side of business and why he had to do the lawsuit. I was just trying to find a more understanding of it. But, I mean, even since his music drop, ain't nobody really been talking about it like that besides it's the typical lately music that he's been dropping. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he gonna need some more work. Honestly, got to put in more work.
So what you think the music landscape has been ever since he dropped? Nothing, he didn't move it at all. Nobody, not even his core fan base.
Yeah, no, because it's not a lot of people I hear from what I see. It's not a lot of people got it on their Instagram. Remember, they'll have it as a song on their Instagram as a post. You'll probably hear it on the radio at least 5 times that day. So I listen to the radio. So for me not to even hear it, besides like the Breakfast Club talking about it, it ain't really popping.
Damn, you're not lying. The radio's not even spinning it, but that's UMG pulling those strings. Because the radio, the labels on that push the music to the radio stations.
I'm gonna have to disagree with both of y'all. I think it's wavy. To be honest with you, I haven't really given it a full listen, but the impact on it to his fan base is they fucking with it. And
I actually listened to it.
He got this.
I heard it.
That Nokia shit. That shit rocking. That shit had me 2-stepping in the room earlier while I was getting dressed. That shit rocking. I ain't gonna lie.
Drake pre-Kendrick would have dropped his project, it would have went crazy.
I think it's still gonna go crazy. He already got the most sales for an album this year. I mean, it's only going into the 3rd month, but like he's gonna do
like,
all right.
You know what I mean though. When Drake normally drops, when they push that button, come on, man. Drake is everywhere. Every radio station, everybody's song on social media, on TikTok, IG, whatever.
I feel like I'm seeing mad Nokia posts. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, but that's one song. Normally when Drake drop, at least 6, 7 songs is going crazy all at once.
Yeah.
I just think he came out with the wrong approach. I think he should have came out as Drake himself, not with Party Next Door. That's just my personal opinion. If he would have came out just himself, and gave the music that his core fan base love, based on a certain structure.
But he say he working on that. He say he working on a letter to his fans, essentially.
Yeah.
So he is working on that, and I think collab albums are dope for the music industry.
Nah, I like collab albums. Like the one he dropped with Future. That shit was hard. But what I'm saying is, in this instance, after what happened to him, once Kendrick dropped, or once Kendrick...
Yeah, but I just think there's a lot of bridges burned. So we're not getting those... the media outlets that we were getting before because so many bridges have been burned. You get what I'm saying? As far as like just really drawing a line in the sand. Imagine, I mean, you could compare. It's not the same, but compare it to East Coast, West Coast. It was most of the East Coast wasn't even listening to West Coast.
Yeah.
At one point in time because it was such a culture thing. It was such a, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the East Coast. Yo, I'm from the West Coast. Like, you know. And now it's either I mean, think about how many artists he fell out with, bro, in the last year.
Yeah, now you make a valid point.
These are people who would be reposting. These are people who would be featured, so they would be promoting it.
Yeah.
Like, he's standalone now, so it's him and his fans. It's personal now.
Yeah. Now, you make a valid point because maybe it's just America is just not rocking.
Because I think now,
the world is, because you have Europe, you got all these other continents. So maybe it's just America that's not really behind it like that because of the, I guess the outcome or the side effects of how how Kendrick was deeming him, a pedophile or whatever the case may be. Maybe just America is siding with Kendrick. And I can't even say that because Kendrick numbers internationally are going crazy too.
Yeah, I think he gonna win. He can't lose. Like
he gonna win regardless because he's Drake. We ain't gonna act like he's not. We're not gonna act like he's chopped liver. He's Drake at the end of the day. But the control that he once had, where the world was damn near at his fingertips, He don't have that no more.
But guess what? On the other hand,
Maybe he gets it back, but at the present moment,
is a fan that just watched him go through that. Now, imagine all these fans who love you to death, literally. And they realize what you went through, and now through this next phase, they're gonna support you more.
No, of course.
So imagine one fan spending the amount of money that 3 fans would spend.
From the financial aspect of it, I see what you're saying, but I'm just talking about more so from the, I guess, just the impact. That's the word that I was looking for. It's not as impactful as it once was. Normally, bro, when Drake dropped, everything's on ice. Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I feel like Future could drop right now if he wants to. Kendrick, like, there's so many people that can just drop and won't feel the wrath of Drake recently dropping. That's what I'm saying. Like, before, when Drake dropped, you gotta let at least 6 months, maybe a year go by before you release a project. Now, a lot of people could drop right now and it wouldn't affect their numbers.
Nah, don't say Future though, bro. He been out of here, bro. Yeah, nah. Nobody's stopping Future numbers, nigga.
Nah, but
I don't say Future.
knows what I'm saying though.
Pluto been out of here, bro.
It don't have nothing to do with Drake or Pluto not being out of there. What I'm saying is, you gotta understand, certain people, certain fan base, like Drake and Future fan base, a lot of Drake supporters are also Future supporters. This is where the business aspect come in. If you drop around the same time he dropped, when are you going to tour? Around the same time? When are you going to sell the merch? Around the same time? So in a sense, you're selling to almost the same core. So who's going to get the money?
The streets go
Everyone
Future.
don't have enough to go buy one Drake shirt or one Drake product and then turn around and buy Future the next day. Remember,
those two different
the core
concepts.
fan base are typically the regular 9-to-5 workers. So that's why labels don't drop consecutive projects back to back like that with different artists. It's spread out because if this person dropped, he got to run his merch up, ticket sales, tour. So now how are they going to have money to double back to go get Future stuff if they just ran it up on Drake? That's more so what I was saying. Because right now, if Future dropped, it won't affect them because of the Drake effect wasn't in effect. This go around.
I just feel like the impact, like, let's just think about when Gunna dropped. You know what I'm saying? You can't say Gunna then, you know what I'm saying, like, reform in some kind of way where people was, that whole time he was locked up, everybody was, hey, he snitched, this and that. But he made that music, and everybody was like, you know what? That boy ain't going nowhere.
Which is why I said he should have gave us Drake. I heard this project. It's not garbage. I like it. But if you would have just gave us Drake himself, we know what he could do. We know his capabilities. We're not denying that.
It's just, we just thinking about, like, when we talk about Drake, we is talking about one of the GOATs at the end of the day, right? So that's how.
One of the GOATs in who eyes? Your eyes?
Huh?
I mean it's technically fact. It's not really opinion.
You talking about Michael Jackson numbers,
I'm gonna leave that alone, man.
It's fact. It's not really opinion.
Yeah.
Nah.
Like, some things are numbers and some things are letters. This is numbers.
For his era or just overall?
Overall.
You gotta be.
I could activate this conversation right now so bad. I ain't even gonna push that button.
No, that's it.
Come on now.
Nah, but I think he took the safe route by coming with the joint album, whatever, which, you know, it is what it is. I feel like he should have just came him first and dropped the records that made people go crazy that he normally do. I think he went the safe route just to test the atmosphere, and then he gonna double back with his project, which it is what it is.
Drake just need to get some trap beats and just spit that shit, man. All that whole ass shit he just the rap singing about. I don't want to hear that stuff, bro. Get some trap beats and start snapping. Go back to that shit. Like, that's what I want to hear. All the singing and all the lawsuits, all that weird stuff. Go get some raw ass trap beats and just snap.
I think he just.
That's it.
He gotta get stuff off his chest. You know.
Do it in that way.